What is up, you guys? Back here, and I want to talk about UFC 299. We had Sean O'Malley defending his bantamweight title against Marlon Chito Vera in the main event. I'm also going to be talking about the co-main event and MVP's debut. Stay tuned to that, of course. And without any further ado, let's dive right into it. Sean O'Malley, one of the best bantamweights right now. Definitely on a win streak. Definitely wanted this fight back, after losing to Cheeto the first time around at the Apex a couple of years ago. Definitely wanted to prove a point that, for him it was a fluke and he's still undefeated, and for Marlon Vera, definitely wanted to come out and, be the champ and beat O'Malley and show that it wasn't a fluke or it wasn't because of the injury that, that he lost to O'Malley. I thought Sean did a fantastic job at moving around doing the fakes, and what's cool is that Vera sometimes doesn't really go for the fakes and the feints that Sean usually throws. But Sean, man, just definitely control the pace for all 5 rounds. There was no one in particular round that I seen Cheeto really kind of like winning or trying to having banking around in as much, but he showed the heart and determination, man. He took a knee. I don't remember what round was it. It was so freaking vicious that will probably put people to sleep. He ate that knee like a freaking champ. He ate 2 knees, but the first one that O'Malley threw was a freaking vicious knee, and it was crazy. For him to be able to still be standing and fighting on like that. Sean definitely hurt him throughout the fight as well. I feel like for Cheeto, what he would try to do in the fourth and fifth round, I feel like he should have done that from the beginning, make it ugly. Because if it's gonna be a straight on fight, and O'Malley uses his length and his reach really well. It just Cheeto just took way too much time to really actually do something. At the ending, in the last few seconds of the fifth round, he caught O'Malley with a great body shot in a clinch, and it's already hurt O'Malley, but fight was already too late. Wasn't gonna have enough time to really do anything with that. But again, congratulations to Sean O'Malley for retaining his title and beating the only loss, defending his only loss that he had in the UFC and on his record. Co-main event: Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis, and that fight was crazy. Dustin, man, kept going for those damn guillotines. Um, Definitely wasn't getting it. There was a couple of times that I thought all right, maybe he might get it or whatever. But then the only thing about getting the guillotine and you're standing is that when you fall and you jump guard, you're essentially being on your back. If you don't get the submission, you're gonna just be stuck on your back. But Dustin did a good job after a while, getting on his feet. But he did win for the guillotine a lot. You know, um, Second round starts. Both guys are throwing freaking haymakers, and Dustin, the way he throws his hooks is just phenomenal. It's great. I love to see it, man, because he just throws everything. And I mean, like, he throws his whole body, his hip, his shoulders. He throws everything into his hooks, man. And he caught Saint Denis in the second round and dropped him, and knocked him out in that way. This was a good win for Dustin, man. It puts him back in the win column. He derailed the win streak that Sandini had, But for Dustin, this was a must win, because if he would have lost to Sandini, who knows what probably would have happened. But again, Dustin showing the heart and the warrior that he is to go out there and get the victory and get the knockout victory, man. Because he really I'm pretty sure he wanted to choke. Even his corner was like, "Hey, man, stop going for the guillotines or whatever." He said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna keep going." Um, he tried and he ended up getting the knockout victory in round number 2 against Saint Denis, which, again was a 5 round co-main event as well. Um, Congratulations to him. Let me know down what you guys think um about Dustin's performance and Sean O'Malley getting the victory. And now the co-feature, before the main event, we had MVP Michael Venom Page taking on Kevin Holland. Um, the fight wasn't necessarily crazy enough, like when it comes to action pack, but when it comes to the timing and the blitzing of MVP, I knew it was gonna give a hard time for Kevin Holland because if he had a hard time with Stephen Thompson, and Stephen Thompson does still point fights when he bounces and stuff, but his is more of like kickboxing base, now, especially like the way that he fights or whatever. But MVP, strictly just moves around like a point fighter, hands down, showboating, doing what he does best. I thought that MVP was definitely bullying Kevin Holland for sure, man. The freaking foot sweeps, and the throws that he had against Kevin Holland, being able to stay on his feet. There was a couple of times Kevin tried to work some takedowns or here and there, and MVP did a really good job of defending that as well. But MVP, I feel like he just had the timing for Kevin Holland. If you're not used to point fighting, or if you might see it or whatever, you might think is stupid or whatever. Um, it's a great style. Every style has its flaws, but every style has their positives as well. For point fighting, I do martial arts myself, so I have done point fighting. I went to tournaments, and point fighting definitely helps out with timing, um, for sure. And your range and distance control is going to be great. Just off of just point fighting, being able to be on your toes, light on your toes, and moving around. This was a great victory for MVP, beating somebody in Kevin Holland. His first fight wasn't somebody that we didn't know, and he's not gonna get that in the UFC. Unlike his Bellator tenure that he had. Um, I can't wait to see great things, guys. If you guys like the video, make sure to please throw those thumbs up. Drop some comment down below. I really would appreciate it. I thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.